The 67th annual edition of the Grammy Awards, an award presented by the Recording Academy of the United States to recognize and honor outstanding achievements in the music industry, is now live at the Crypto.com Arena in LA. And while we looked forward to who and who was going to snatch this prestigious award, we still expected the fashions to be served on this red carpet. Now, while some of our favorite music stars showed up and showed out in their most grandeur fashions, others just looked a hot boo-boo mess. So here are the top 10 worst dressed celebrities at the Grammy Awards 2025. Take a look. First up on our worst dressed list, we have the ebony goddess Victoria Monet. And for the Grammy Awards 2025, she had on this pale green crepe and chiffon long dress, and tonight she was styled by the amazing Colin Carter. And I love Victoria, and I think she hardly ever misses on like a red carpet. However, this look right here was a huge and big miss, and I just really couldn't get behind the look. Now, first of all, I really wasn't loving this huge cutout detailing that is slapping me across the face in front of the dress. It just completely made the dress feel very cheap and tacky, and for the Grammys, that isn't just cutting it for me. Now, this dress did absolutely nothing for her proportion. It just looks like a dress I would find on Shein, and that is saying a lot about the caliber of this dress for sure. Also, this chiffon back piece fabric that we see on the look didn't do much to elevate the experience of this look, and that in itself was very disappointing for sure. Overall, I just think this was one atrocious dress to begin with, and so we just couldn't get anywhere else from this. So yeah, this look by Victoria has to be a chop for me. Next up on our list, we have the legendary singer Alicia Keys. And for the Grammy Awards 2025, she had on this black long dress with a golden embroidered corset detailing by Dolce & Gabbana, and she was styled by the incredible Jason Boding. And I just think that the construction and the placement of the details on this dress is where this dress just starts to fall apart for me. Now, first of all, I just did not love this golden embroidered corset detailing that we see on the dress. And while I can really appreciate that this might have looked fabulous on paper, just the execution of it just felt really wonky, and I just did not love it as much visually. I mean, this is essentially a corset and it should create a cinching illusion. So tell me why it looks like this just made her even broader in that region. I mean, that just defeats the entire essence of a corset. So I was just very confused by that. Also, the styling of this head ornament that dangles as an earring just felt too bulky, and it just looks like it was ultimately just weighing her down, and I just did not love that. Overall, this look by Alicia just did not quite land for me when it came to like the design detail and execution, so it has to be a chop for me. Up next on our list, we have the Brat Summer Queen herself, Charli XCX. And for the Grammy Awards 2025, she had on this pale, dusty blue tulle corseted long dress by Jean-Paul Gaultier from their Spring-Summer 2003 Couture collection. And tonight, she was styled by the amazing Chris Horan. And I just will be telling a big fat lie if I said I enjoyed anything about this look tonight on her. I mean, I just failed to see the direction that this look was taking me in creatively, because it just looks a blithering hot mess to me. Now, first of all, there was just a dullness to this shade of blue that she had on, and it just really dampened the entire look. Now, this dress in itself just looks really drabby and shabby, and I don't think that drabby and shabby is ultimately what she was going for tonight. I also just wasn't loving how this tulle fabric was utilized for this dress. I mean, just the way it was crumpled and made to look tattered just did not help matters at all. More so, why is the slit of the dress starting all the way from the corset? It just felt like a poor design choice to me, and that was an absolute no-no for me. Now, the styling of this look with those gladiator heels were just atrocious to look at, because it just felt like she was ready to go and fight in an arena, and I don't know, that was just really odd to me. Overall, Mother Brat definitely failed to serve that inner brat fantasy, so this look has to be a chop for me. Up next on our list, we have the biggest pop star of the 21st century, Taylor Swift. And for the Grammy Awards 2025, she had on this custom red shimmering mini dress by Vivienne Westwood, and tonight she was styled by the incredible Joselle Falconer. And I'm not gonna lie, I just was very bored by this look for sure. Now, this is a Vivienne Westwood dress. I should be gushing at the idea of this, but I'm really not. And that is just because this just felt very unfinished in my eyes. Now, don't get me wrong. Is this a gorgeous mini dress? Yes. Will this be amazing for like a stage performance? Also, yes. However, does this make sense for like an actual red carpet? I mean, the Grammys? I really don't think so. Now, I personally would have just had this be a full length gown. That way, it would have just looked super glamorous and put together, and it just would have given me more red carpet ready. This dress in itself just felt super boring. It felt really incomplete, and I just found myself wanting more out of a Vivienne Westwood dress. Now, that is wild. So yeah, this look by Taylor just failed to come through, so it has to be a chop for me. Next up on our list, we have the Latina superstar diva Shakira. And for the Grammy Award 2025, she had on this orange and black lacy long dress by Etro, and I really can't lie, this dress to me was so ugly that I just couldn't find one thing to even love about it. I mean, what even is this look? The construction of the dress just looked really mediocre, and it just felt like this was like a random orange bodysuit and just a random black lace attachment. It just did not feel very elevated, and that to me was a bit shocking because Shakira is known to dress the house down. Now, the patterns that we see on the dress were also very disturbing, and the styling of this look with those shoes just felt very clunky for sure. Overall, let's just say that this was a prank because there is no way that Shakira chose to show up in a dress that looked very tacky and unfinished. So yeah, this look by Shakira has to be a chop for me. Next up on our list, we have the super eccentric Jaden Smith. And for the Grammy Awards 2025, he had on this black suit set and a prop house over his head by Louis Vuitton, and I am worried, and I definitely should be asking questions. I mean, who even approved this look for the red carpet to begin with, and who convinced him that this was going to be a good idea? Because such a person deserves to pay for his crimes. I mean, I can definitely acknowledge that Jaden can sometimes be eccentric when it comes to like his personal style, but this was just so out of place because it just did not make any sense to me. Now, maybe he knew we're definitely going to clock his basicness when it came to like this black suit set. So he thought to himself that if he had a house on top of his head, he was going to be free from the critiques. But it just had the exact opposite effect for me. Now, the house on his head just felt very odd and very costumey, and it just looked like he was headed for a children's party to act as a mascot, and I'm not sure that is ultimately what he was going for. Now, aside from the house being very atrocious, the fit of this look just did not quite land for me. It just looked very oversized, and that in itself was a problem for me. Overall, let's just say that the Grammys is not a place for weird experimentation when it comes to like the fashion, so this look has to be a chop for me. Up next on our list, we have the pretty boy Troye Sivan, and for the Grammy Award 2025, he had on this light grey organza suit top, a lilac inner shirt, and a pair of lilac pants by Prada. And I think the fabric that was used in the creation of this look was just really the undoing of this look, and it just started to look tacky really fast. I mean, an organza shirt is really fine, but just taking it a step further and creating a whole suit set with this specific type of organza fabric just looked a hot boo-boo mess to me. I mean, it just looked really creased and crumpled, and it just has everything to do with the fabric that was used to make this look. Even though you steam and steam for days, it still will look really crumpled and creased. So I really don't know why he went for the fabric choice for sure. Now, Troye can literally slay any look, so him just choosing this look was a tad bit very underwhelming and disappointing to me. Overall, I just wasn't living for this look. I just wasn't loving it, so it has to be a chop for me. Next up on our list, we have the very interesting duo Kanye West and Bianca Censori. And for the Grammy Award 2025, he had on this all black number, and she, on the other hand, had on this nude bear it all look. And I just really have one word to say. Tacky, 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 tacky. Tacky, 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 tacky. End of story. So this look has to be a chop for me. Up next on our list, we have the beautiful singer-songwriter Casey Musgraves. And for the Grammy Award 2025, she had on this white tank top and a golden sequin fringy long skirt by Ralph Lauren from their Spring-Summer 2025 collection. And tonight, she was styled by the amazing Jason Boding. And let's just say I was just very underwhelmed by this look on her tonight for sure. I mean, it just felt like zero effort was made in the choice and in the styling of this look, because while I think the skirt actually looks great, I really was just waiting for something to really complement it up top. However, just looking at this very basic white tank top with literally nothing tying it in with the skirt, I just was very disappointed and underwhelmed at the same time. Now, from the waist down, that in itself was giving me very opulent, while from the waist up, that in itself was giving me very cheap trills, and we can all agree that it just seemed very disconnected for sure. Overall, this look just did not quite come together for me as one fully realized look, and I just really expected a little more effort just in the styling of this look rather than just lifting it like that from the runway. So yeah, this look by Casey has to be a chop for me. Finally, on our worst dress list, we have the gorgeous Maggie Rose. And for the Grammy Awards 2025, she had on this golden sequin long dress with a pastel green cape by Sheila Frank. And tonight, she was styled by the incredible Sarah Neris. And I'm sorry, this look was just a hot boo-boo mess from the get-go. I mean, there was just a cheapness to this look. And I guess it has to be with the way the dress was ultimately constructed. It just felt very droopy and it just lacked detail. So it just looked very straight cut and nothing more. I also wasn't just loving the addition of this chiffon cape around the dress. It just made the look feel like a costume, kind of like she was ready to run into the woods any moment from now. And was I leaving or loving? Absolutely not. Now, the addition of this tulle floral detailing that we see on the dress was rather atrocious, and that one seam just running through the look just seemed like it had no purpose with the overall look. Overall, Maggie just failed to deliver the elegance and the glamour, so this look has to be a chop for me. Alright guys, we have come to the ending of today's video. In today's video, I shared with you guys my top 10 worst dressed celebrities at the Grammy Awards 2025. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a big fat thumbs up. It helps me a lot. And yeah, I would definitely be seeing you guys in the next video. But for now, it is bye for now. Au revoir.